Good afternoon. Welcome to our PD session, LearnZillion, Part 1, which is for our math teachers. Hopefully this will be a PD session that's really helpful. I'm Claire Dyer, and I'll be guiding you through this session, this particular one for our math teachers, and then the second part of the series will be for our ELA teachers. So, why are we having this? Well, we took an essential conditions survey earlier in the year, and the results were astonishing. But we need some training. We need some help with technology integration, educational technology, as it pertains to our planning and implementing the standards. We should be using and planning with technology in our lesson planning. And so this is something that our district as a whole, but in our school as well, need help with. So we're going to be working on that today. And the ISTE standards for teachers. In short, we should be meeting the standards, and many of us, myself included, and I'm ashamed to say that, did not even know that they existed. So, for this presentation and for this PD, the standards that we are going to address are, there's 5 of them, but we're going to look at 4 today: facilitating and inspiring student learning and creativity, designing and developing digital age learning experiences and assessments, modeling digital age work and learning, and promoting and modeling digital citizenship and responsibility. These are things that our teachers should be doing. There are standards for students, and we will save that exploration of that for another session. So, my goal for you is that when you leave our session today, you will have a plan in mind and a tool in your hand to begin planning technology lessons for next year, to implement these standards, to meet these standards, and to use technology in your classroom for the betterment of your students so they can become lifelong learners. All right, so here we go. Our web resource is LearnZillion. This website is amazing. It has a wealth of material in it for every grade level, for math and for ELA. So let's get started. I'm going to click on the website now. All right, before we dive into the lesson on the website, the second half of our session today, or the second part really, is going to be a sheet that's given to you with just a little guided explanation for you so that you don't have to try and remember or write down everything I'm telling you. I'm going to give you a worksheet that's going to guide you through navigating this site to find all of the information, all the little treasure troves that it has to offer. So I have already signed in. It's a free account, and so that's why I came to this page. When you click on it, if you haven't signed up already, you'll be able to sign up for free today. So the first thing I'm going to do is scroll down this page and show you that you can search by grade level if you choose. Right now, since we're focusing on our math teachers, I'm going to use this blue toolbar up here, and I'm going to click on math. So when I clicked on math, it brings me to, of course, the math resources page. And if you scroll down, you can see that it's organized by grade level, and within each grade level, it's organized by standard. So we're going to move on down to the middle school section, since that's where we are. But this is awesome if you have children at home who are in elementary school or even in high school. You can make use of this website for them or for yourself if you need to brush up while you're trying to help them with their homework. So we'll just start here with 7th grade, and we will look at this. It's ratios and proportional reasoning. So if I click on this, I find myself at the 7th grade ratios and proportional relationships page. And so here we have all of the different problems that accompany this page. And then we can look here at the video lessons. So we could actually click on any one of these that we like. So let's look at that. I'm going to click on the video lessons first. All right, so it gives me for the ratios and proportions, and you'll notice up here it has the different standards, 7 RPA, and all of the different parts of each standard. And so we can solve problems with taxes using proportions, tips, percent of increase or decrease, and then you can click here to see all of the videos for this set. compute unit rates using fractions. So there are quite a few different lessons and videos that we could look at here. All right, so a little bit later, when you have your worksheet, you're going to be able to go through and explore and click on these and see how they're set up and what they look like. But while we're here, I'm going to go back to 7th grade ratios and proportions, that initial splash page that we saw there. And I want us to look at some of these assignments. So, proportional pasta sauce. If we click on that, then it brings us to a lesson. Now these lessons are very nice because these are things that the students can go through on their own, or you can go through whole class if you choose. The reason I like this so much is because you have so many different things that you can choose from to teach this same standard, and you can divide it up among the students and they can share their results with the class, or you could give them multiple assignments, especially as RTI for students who are having difficulty. Alright, so we have lessons, we have videos. Let's go back and see another way we can search. Alright, so I'm back up here at my blue toolbar. So let's look at Common Core Navigator. This looks very much like the splash page for illustrative math. So you can see here, we were looking at 7th grade. So I can come down here and click in this green bar for 7th grade. And it brings me to another setup of course, it's the same information. So here are our content standards up at the top. But then we look down here and we can see all of the different standards written out. If you click on the blue, then it's just going to define the standard for you. And so you can search, okay, is that the one I'm looking for? If you don't have your resources at home, or if you've forgotten the website for course standards, then you can look here and make sure that you're looking for the right one. Once you've found what you're looking for, and we'll go back to RP1, that's where we were, we'll click on one of these folders. All right, so here we have a core lesson. Calculate a unit rate with 2 fractions. So let's click on that. So this is another method to search for the videos, but what I want us to look at here as we scroll down through this page, first of all, we have the video that we can look at. It's 6.5 minutes long, more or less, and the beauty about these videos is that the students have the ability to stop, to replay, to study it, to copy down pictures or diagrams, to try and do the work on their own. And so they don't have to constantly try and keep up with something that's being said, or they miss it. They can go back if they need to. A couple of things for us to look at. This is Assign button. We'll get to that in just a minute, but you can create classes in here and actually assign these videos to your students to look at home, or even during the class time. This quick code, if we click on that, you'll notice here it says LZ2966. If you have given the students the notes template, which we're fixing to look at, then if you've already gone through and gathered the videos for the topic that you're speaking of, then you can tell them to pull out their notes template, and you can run these off and have them just in stacks in your classroom. And go ahead and give them the code to write in. That way when they get home, they don't have to search through what did my teacher tell me to look up. They've got the code and go straight to the video and begin their assignments. That's super helpful. Alright, so if we scroll down though, so this is a lesson in itself, and that's what's great about these videos. They all are a part of a lesson. So if you click on this lesson slides, this is how we are going through the lesson. So you can take time in a few minutes to peruse that. And then down here is our notes template. So let's preview that. Alright, this is what I really like about it. Okay, that's the deep dive. That's not what I wanted to see. I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it says, first of all, look at the top. It tells the student, go to LearnZillion and type the LZ code. And so if you've given them their code, it's going to be right here, and they can type it in and find what they want. And so in this is more like guided notes. And So we have a review, which each video starts out with a review, the core lesson, and then an explanation down here. You can, in a few minutes, this is going to be part of that worksheet that I was telling you about. To pull this up, look at it, you can download it and print it and just run it off by the hundreds so that you'll always have something ready for the students when you're going to give them an assignment. All right, so one other thing we can look at here is this parent letter. You know, parent communication is vital, and many parents will be thrilled to have this website for their own use, because one of the biggest complaints is that moms and dads or aunts and uncles, whoever's trying to help the students with their homework, it's been such a long time since they've studied, they're not really sure what we as teachers are asking. So they will make use of this website as well. All right, so we're almost finished with this part of the PD, but let's go back up to two more things. First of all, my classes. This is really great. All right, so you can set up your own classes, and it would just start right here, new class. So you would name the class whatever block it is. Choose their grade level. What's very important is that if you're teaching kids above grade level, you may need to go back and alter their class when it comes time to get them ready for the standardized testing such as PARCC. But I teach 7th graders, but they're taking 8th grade math, so that's what I would click if I really want to really set it up for their content, because when I go to search for assignments, it's going to be showing me the content based on the grade level that I have chosen right here. And of course I want math, and you'll see this information about quizzes because you can assign quizzes through this. And then I'll put down, oh, I didn't give it a name. Helps to type correctly. All right, so now we're done. So now I have 5th block. So here's where I would add my students. Over here it says print enrollment codes. Once you create a class, the program is going to generate enrollment codes for each one of your students so that they can go on and log into your class. So if they're doing the assignments you've given them, it's going to show up here that they've done it instead of them signing up on their own. And that's really key to make sure that they use the enrollment code printed here. The next thing is assignments, and that's up here at the blue toolbar again. All right, so here's where you can look at your class. I just kind of did this playing around. So let's look at new assignments for my 4th block class. All right, so this is where we can come in and choose assignments for them. So it's set up by standard. And so you'll see there's 4 lessons here. I can preview the lessons or select them. 6 lessons here, 4 lessons there. And then look, here's a quiz I can assign if I choose to. And before I can assign, of course, I can preview it and see if it's something that I really want to give. And so all of the standards are set up the same way. And so you can choose and assign as many as you like, and you can set the due date and then let your students know that they have assignments ready and waiting for them, which they love. All right. So coming back up here, this will take you straight to the math content. This will take you to all grade levels, and it's another way, kind of another door into the content, to the videos and to the lessons. Over here, this is where you set up your classes, and this is where you can see the assignments that you have given, and you can also assign new things for your students to do. So in just a moment, we're going to get our worksheets, and you will have time to log on, to sign up if you need to, and then to play around and find things for you to look at. I would hope that you would think about next year. What do you start in the year with? All right, so let's see where we've been. We went to our website. We saw what we could do. Now this is what I want you to do when you get your paper. We're going to practice signing up, or we're going to sign up. We're going to practice creating a class. We're going to use the blue toolbar to browse, and we're going to explore, learn, and have fun.